Hi, this is Mal. This video is about the Mosaic plot applet, which is a little fun because it's a game. I'll show you how to play this game and ways we can use this applet to learn about marginal and conditional distributions. You can find the applet here. A mosaic plot is a way of visualizing the distribution of two categorical variables. This applet asks the user to create a mosaic plot step by step using the information found in this contingency table. The first step is to change the plot to reflect the marginal distribution of A and B. It's known as marginal because it does not involve the distribution of C and D. We see on this plot that 50% of the area is given to A, and the other 50% is given to B. We can change the amount of area we assign to either A or B by dragging the plot. Alright, let's figure out how we should drag this plot to represent the marginal distribution of A and B. We know that out of 5 units, 2 of them are in A and 3 of them are in B. That means A represents 2 out of 5, or 40% of the population, and B represents 3 out of 5, or 60%. So if we drag the plot to represent this distribution, what do we get? Good. Okay. Now we need to drag the plot to represent the conditional distribution of C and D, conditional on A and B. Let's take a look at the distribution of C and D conditional on A first. We see that out of 2 units in category A, 1 is in category C and the other is in category D. The heights of these 2 rectangles represent the conditional distribution of C and D given A. We need to drag the plot so that 50% of the height is given to C and 50% of the height is given to D. Good. Now we must consider the conditional distribution of C and D given B. We know that out of 3 units in B, 2 are in C, which gives 66% of the units in B are in C. We know that out of 3 units in B, 1 is in D, which gives 33%. We have to drag these rectangles to represent those percentages. Great, we got it. You might be wondering if the areas of the rectangles in a mosaic plot have any meaning. In fact, they do. Let's examine this rectangle in the top right. The area of this rectangle relative to the area of the whole mosaic plot is the proportion of units in the data that are in categories B and D. Similarly, if we take a look at this rectangle, its area relative to the whole plot is the proportion of units that are in categories A and C. Let's see if this matches up with the contingency table. The proportion of units in B and D is 1/12, and the proportion of units in C and A is 4 out of 12. That seems to make sense. Thus, the areas of the rectangles describe the distribution of the units jointly between 2 categorical variables, otherwise known as the joint distribution. Okay, So to summarize, we talked about mosaic plots as a way of describing two categorical variables and what marginal, conditional, and joint distributions are. I hope you enjoyed this video about the mosaic plot applet and find a way to make it useful in your curriculum. Again, if you have any questions or suggestions for this applet, please email me at mao.hu@duke.edu. Thanks for watching.